Hello, woodchucks and farmers. Welcome back to Oceanside Forest. So, I know I said I wasn't going to do too much in between episodes, if anything, and here we are. I've been going at it. So, at the end of the last episode, yeah, I was all set. I thought I was in good shape, and then as more time went on, I started to get a little bit paranoid, saying, are we going to have $411,000 worth of trees and product coming out this field and the next field to be able to buy the rest of the map? So I came on, I said, well, I'll just go a half an hour. I'll cut down some trees, bring it to the mill, and I'll check on our stock market page to see potentially how much money we could earn. So after about a half an hour, things were looking good. I checked the stock market page, and I was shocked. I was like, whoa, we're going to make lots of money. And then I started looking at the stock market page just a little bit more. And then I started seeing something I was not ready to see. And I'm going to show you what's going on here in just a minute and what I am talking about. So, I know I did a lot of testing on the map before, figure out what mods I want to use for the series and all that. But one thing I did not check, if we go to our stock market page here, so look down the bottom right-hand corner, potentially we have $752,000 worth of product to sell at peak times. That is a lot, isn't it? Then I came up here, I'm like, well, where's all that money coming from? I know the sawmill does great, but I don't remember doing that great. And then I started looking at some pricing. I'm like, okay, Billy's back is taking most of the stuff. The shipment port's taking a couple. And I was like, wow, what is worth $3,244 at a max price? It says wood chips. I'm like, wood chips are not worth $3,244 at max price. Even planks should be at $1,000 or so. That's saying $4,299. So you can see right there, selling at that place, apparently in January or July, we got already $500,000 and beyond in that material. Just to show you more what's going on here, if we scroll on, look at the prices at each sell point. Wood chips, Billy buys them for $178 per 1,000. Compared to right now, the shipment port is buying them at $1,000, which could go up as we saw up to $3,000. Same could be said for the planks. So if we go on down to the planks, Billy buys them for about $1,300. The shipment port right now is buying them for pretty close $4,000. And I started looking at even more. What if I wanted to sell wheat? Well, wheat, I can get $276 for selling at Billy. And the shipment port was $818. Now, we are playing on hard economy, so this price right here is more the norm. This is way high. So I think we're going to have a new restriction on not selling anything to the shipment port because everything going to the shipment port, even oats, I'm not used to $1,300 per 1,000 liters on hard economy. I'm more used to the, 400. That's roughly right. So I don't think we'll be selling anything at the shipment port. So checking on our stock market page, these values are going to be a little bit misleading. But right now, selling everything at Billy that we can, if we look closely, let's see, we got about 130, almost $200,000 from this stuff right here. And then, of course, selling planks and wood chips, we're probably going to be up near $300,000 already. So that is looking really good. So I've been cutting trees here for the last hour. Has it been an hour or so? Yes, it's been an hour. I've been cutting down trees for an hour, trying to figure out the boundary line, which should be kind of simple because I painted in the forest ground here. So it was kind of here. And I got trees I can and can't cut. Oh, I can cut this one? I missed a couple, I guess. So let's go ahead and cut this one on down here. So I think we're going to be just fine on the money. Like I said, I got really kind of paranoid the further time went on. I started thinking, do I have enough here? And I was like, I'm pretty sure I do, but I want to make sure in between episodes we'll get it all. I want to make sure I get it all figured out. How much work is going to be done? Because I don't want to do a whole episode of me just cutting down trees and dragging them with the doits, which has been really, really fun. Honestly, I've been having a blast dragging trees with the doits. Most of the time I take two. The doits can handle two of these trees just, I don't want to say just fine. It's a little bit of a struggle. But one tree is almost perfect for it. So another thing I asked you in the first episode is how much should we charge ourselves for cutting down stumps? And it seems like 3 out of 4 people kind of agree that $50 per stump seems about right, which means for every 100 stumps that we delete off the map, we got to charge ourselves $5,000. It sure beats me going around with a stump grinder trying to take care of it. So, yeah, we're just going to delete the stumps and pay for it that way. Let's unhook that. Come on over to here and take that in. As for the sawmill just keeps laughing at me because every time I keep bringing trees in, sawmill's like, are you going to bring me trees or not? Because this thing is going through the trees, the lumber, really, really quickly. And that's the reason why I wanted that sawmill. One, I knew it went through it quickly. Two, I kind of forgot the storage that it has in there as well. So the factory's upgrade mod, like I use on Hinterland for upgrading the dairy production buildings, I'm not going to really need it on that sawmill. I don't think even if I move ahead and get ourselves a tree harvester and all the other equipment and bring a whole bunch of wood in, I don't think the sawmill is really going to need to be upgraded at all. So that's good. Let's go ahead and grab this here. So I just want to grab a few more trees, and then I think we're going to start sell a few items here. And then we could probably start looking into maybe buying ourselves a trailer, because I do have a small trailer, but to transport that much bark mulch and wood chips, that little trailer that I bought at the very beginning, well, I don't want to say the first implement that we bought, but the first trailer, which did transport 2 pallets at a time down to Billy. That worked okay, but now we got ourselves a bigger, we actually got a baling trailer that we're going to be using to move all the pallets around. I think we'll sell that small trailer and look into getting a trailer that at least can hold, maybe in the upper teens or low 20s for thousands of liters. And that's going to help us move that bark mulch and wood chips around a little bit. Because if I use the other trailer, it's going to take me many trips. So this is what I was saying about the Deutz. 2 trees, it does just fine. They can drag them along. But in the long haul, get it? Long haul? Or hauling? This is not going to be, time saving or whatever. So, but first things first, we're going to sell some of the pallets that we got. Sell the trailer, which I do believe is still down at the harbor. We're going to buy ourselves a trailer to sell the bark mulch and the wood chips, and then really save up to $411,000 so we can buy the rest of the map. And then we'll save up to buy ourselves the auto-loading logging trailer, and hopefully the truck, which I'm probably going to need about 200 grand for that. Because what I don't want to be doing, and I'm hoping I can do it just from these trees here, but I think it might be kind of close, but we might be able to do it. I don't want to be taking the Deutz down to the other field and have to drag trees on down to here. But if I can get $411,000 and then buy all the property around here, then I can actually cut some trees that are close until I can afford to buy myself a truck. And, of course, the logging trailer. Also, I thought, I started thinking about it. Another thing I don't want to do on the map as well is just clear cut everything around the farm itself. I may have talked about in the first episode, not too sure, but we're going to spread out. We're going to leave some tree, like this forest here. I may leave that there. We may go put we'll throw the fields around a little bit. So, I'm not going to clear cut. I think someone did ask, is your main goal to get all the trees cut off the map? Heck no. I don't know how many trees are actually on the map, but I'm sure it's more than I'm going to want to clear cut. Definitely don't want to be doing that. I think we'll just grab one more tree. Oops. Come over to here and snap it on. Let's bring over to the sawmill. Now, each of the trees that I put on the map, because this used to be a canola field, each of these trees are worth about 2,500 liters of wood. So if you're wondering how much lumber I'm actually bringing to the mill, that's what we're bringing over here. So this lot right here, this original farmer's field, is going to have our 2 production buildings. I was looking at a biomass heating plant for the wood chips and bark mulch. But then again, it's like, let's not get into all the production buildings. We're going to make a lot of money, it seems like. So I don't need another production building just to make money on the wood chips. I think we'll be doing just fine. But yes, this is going to be our 2 production buildings, which is the sawmill we already got, of course. The firewood production building is going to be probably where we put our mobile home, if you will. And then we're going to put all the chicken farms here as well. The other lot that we bought way down, well, I don't want to say way down the road, that probably will be where our farmyard's going to be, sheds, harvesting equipment, and all that. So, and then the rest of the map will be kind of like, of course, you know, we clear cut an area, and we'll put in a field, and of course, we'll start after planting. The crops are wheat, barley, and sorghum. That's what we need for the chickens. I did have just look a little while ago on when can we plant the crops. I'm like, oh, because, you know, every map is going to be just a little bit different. Here, wheat and barley is planting in the fall. That's going to be kind of, I don't know if we'll get that far. But we can plant sorghum in the springtime. So, all depends on when we get there. At least we'll have a crop in the fall and the spring that we can plant. Right, we're going to have a lot of things to spawn here. So let me go ahead. Yeah, just to kind of show you, if I come over here, you can see all the stuff that's in storage. We got 23,000 liters of beams in storage currently. We got almost 91,000 liters of wood chips, 38,000 liters of bark mulch, 63,000 liters of planks, 47,000 liters of long planks, and 31,000 liters of wood beams. And I have cut down, and that is all from, how many trees am I at? 95 trees is what I'm currently at. Can you stack too high? Oh, you can. Perfect. I don't want to put too much weight on here, so let's go down what we have. Because I don't know what the Deutz can actually handle. I don't want to overload this. So just a reminder of the restrictions now. No leasing. A max loan of $200,000, which we already have. So we owe the bank $200,000, and no selling at the what's that sell point? I don't the shipyard sell point. I think what it's called. So everything goes to Billy, pretty much, and the only thing we won't sell at Billy is the firewood, which will go to the firewood sell point that I had to put down. Although I think Billy may take the firewood as well. So currently, of course, no bonus score from our precision farming scoring because, well, we don't have any fields. Oh, and someone said they didn't see a fuel point. It's right there. That's where you buy your fuel. Right there. I haven't tried it out yet, but I mean, it's fuel pumps, so I assume that it should be there. Look how small that trailer looks now. When I bought in the store, I'm like, that's going to be great. That's going to help us out, and that trailer looks so small. Let's get a rough idea of what we got on at least the first delivery here. So what I'm trying to do here, I don't, you know, I know some people are not into forestry, and that's fine. You know, the first, I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. It's going to be, you know, mostly forestry because we gotta first get the money and then clear cut an area, and then of course, then once we get all that situated and we own the whole map. And we got the money coming in. Then we can start buying the farmer equipment and start making some fields, start planting in some crop. We got to build a farmyard to store our grain for the chickens. And like I said, I want to have a minimum of 10,000 chickens. The chicken coop we're going to be using holds 2,000 chickens per, so we're going to have at least 5 chicken pens. I think they cost, I look at so many chicken pens now, I probably got the price wrong, but they're like 80,000 a piece. But, you know, money should not be an issue. As you can see, we're gonna be bringing in money just fine, I think. It's just a matter of, you know, we got to get started here. And I will keep my eye on the used sales to begin with because if a really nice size tractor comes up for sale, I probably wouldn't mind buying it when it's half price. And then we could, I don't want to say goodbye to the Deutz, but we'll keep the Deutz around for what we pay for it. And with a more horsepower tractor, going up and down the road with a full trailer would be a little bit easier. All right, let me see if I can get a full trailer on here, if the Dwights can handle it. So, thank you, autoloaders, for this, because it makes my job a little bit easier. And let's start loading these on up. Okay, that didn't take too long. I thought about jump cutting it, but I think that happened really, really quick. And if I were to show you about the sawmill itself, if I go into here, you can see there's plenty of storage space on Zadelzuck's sawmill. I'm already almost out of wood, because that thing just burns on through anything you can bring it. So we're going to have a few trips going on down to Billy. Sell him everything. And then I think we're actually going to call it a month and go into the month of September. I don't want to be staying in one month too long. I want to, progress through the seasons. Little by little. I mean, I could sit in August for quite a while, playing at regular speed, just sitting there cutting down trees, bringing it to the mill, because the mill's not slowing us down. It's not handcuffing us at all on the process of product being made. So yeah, we're shooting for $411,000 in the bank account to buy the rest of the map, and once we do that, we got it made. Although I think we're going to be okay. I think with the we own the 2 small plots, and we might be able to do it just on the first plot alone, which would be great. I may actually have to create a course play route from the sawmill on down to Billy here. Perfect. Up to almost $70,000. All right, what I'm going to do, because as you saw, we got a lot of product to sell. Let me go ahead and I'll bring it back. I think, of course, we're not going to be selling the bark mulch and wood chips, so I'm guessing around 200,000 we should be at by the time we get to our last trip of pallets that we got delivered. Yeah, let's just say 200,000. Well, the autoloader couldn't fit all of what's left on the trailer, but we're going to get it on anyway, so we can go on down and sell it all in one more trip. Yeah, we're up to $250,000 in the bank account. How nice is that? And this should be a good payout as well. I said $250,000. We're at 234. We're almost at $250,000. We will be there very shortly. But yeah, not too bad the way to wrap up the first month here on Oceanside Forest. Now, technically, I should, I should be grabbing trees, putting them to the sawmill, and let it work overnight. But that, as we can see, that sawmill runs so darn quick. I'm not going to worry about the sawmill keeping up with what I can do currently. But I want to wrap up the month so we can speed up some time here. Check the sale page at the end of the month, and then sleep overnight and check it in the morning. It's not like Goldcrest Valley where I can only buy from the used section. I would just like to find something used just to save myself some money. And I'm only looking for, like I said, a trailer to transport the bark mulch and the wood chips on down here, so we can start selling that as well. But we are on our way to buying the rest of the map. Won't be today, but definitely by next episode we should be able to. Then we can start buying more equipment, and then we'll really go to town here in Oceanside Forest. The farm is already profitable because we owe $200,000, and as you can see, we got $234 in the bank account. Plus, we got the land and the production building. Yeah, you're gonna tell me wood beams aren't accepted here, but you're gonna take them anyways. I can see myself probably in the future maybe just putting the sawmill on selling rather than bringing everything on down here. 278,000 in the bank account. That is nice. So we need, let's see, what did it say about 411? So yeah, we need like another 140,000. Actually, another 130,000. And as we can see, that's very achievable in the month of September. I don't know how much we got worth in bark mulch and wood chips because, yeah, it's going to tell me to bring it to the shipyard. I thought about maybe going editing the map and just giving the sell point. That way it won't show up on the stock market page. And then I can see roughly how much money we got. But really, it's not going to affect us too much. It's only the beginning that's going to matter because I need the money. We need to expand. That's what we need. But, as you can see, once we get going here, we're going to have, as they say, sometimes money coming out of your ears. We'll have money everywhere. Yeah, we should have enough wood on the first lot to be able to buy the rest of the map. And hopefully a little bit extra as well so I can get myself the auto-loading trailer for loading up the logs. And also the truck. That way this poor little Dwight says I have to drag the trees across. Although, like I said before, I was having a blast doing it off camera. Just, just enjoying cutting down trees and dragging them to the mill and let the mill do its thing. I think another thing I am going to do, let's see, how many trees? I'm at 95. Let's go cut down 5 more trees and then we'll pay, I don't know, Billy, I guess. Maybe Billy's the guy we got to talk to. He'll come in and take care of all the stumps. Now, the only thing I won't take care of is, for any of you that have done logging, I'm sure most of you have at some point, you're going to get those little pies, as I call them, that come off the tree. So usually when you cut down a tree, you make like a little start cut, a pie, so the tree would cut and fall a certain angle. Sometimes you get like a little wood chip piece coming off. It won't delete those, I don't think. So it's one tree. And this will be the 100th tree that I've cut down. Now, yes, I did grind up some stumps myself. Maybe like 5 or 6, or I don't know how many it was. But we're going to charge ourselves to get rid of them anyways. We'll just give Billy a bonus for the first 100 trees that we do here. So let me just go in so you can see 100 trees total that we cut down. I think I'm going to try to do it in groups of 100. That way it just makes it a little bit easier. So I just need to go into Easy Developer Mod. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove $5,000. So let's make sure it's 5,000, not 50,000. And then I got to go, it's here somewhere, remove stumps. Are you sure you would like to remove all stumps from the map? Yes. And all the stumps that we had from the cut trees are now gone. And the logs are still here, which is good. The good thing about how low I was cutting the trees down, I wasn't really ever getting stuck dragging the trees over to the sawmill. So that wasn't really an issue. But yeah, $5,000 definitely worth every penny to get rid of that. I will keep the stump grinder around. So if I do get those little wood chips around, I will go ahead and take care of them with that if I need to. But let's go ahead and speed up some time here. Actually, I haven't looked at the store in a while. I mean, don't get me wrong. That would be a nice tractor to have right now. But really, that's not the priority currently. That would be a nice one to have. That would easily drag everything. I could probably do, 3 or 4 trees at a time. I'm just looking for a trailer. Honestly, is all I'm looking for. Everything else has got to be put on hold. All right, I think it's just time to go into the month of September. I don't think, yeah, that's 130,000. It would be nice, but that's just a little bit too much chunk of change. Can I jump up in here? There we go. Definitely shut the door. I don't know if there's bears or anything around here, so we'll shut that. Not that like a bear really couldn't get in here. Can I get back here to the sleep trigger? 8 o'clock in the morning would be good. Yeah, I could have dragged all those trees to the sawmill, and that would have been done in like an hour in-game time. And I would have had stuff to sell first thing this morning. And look at my loan interest, 666. I get that number quite often. It's kind of bothersome a little bit. Anyways, we got rate in the forecast, and well, the tractor is still there. It is 61% off. How much horsepower? 583. That would just do about everything. We'll keep that in mind for darn sure. Pricing. I guess it doesn't really matter pricing. I'm gonna go sell the wood chips anyways. But we should get not a whole lot for the bark mulch. $2,000. And wood chips, it's kind of hard to say how much I'm going to get for it. Because it's showing me what it's going to get at the ship port. I think it's going to be a lot less. But let's go and get ourselves a trailer, shall we? And I think probably... I was looking at this one because it's only 17.5. And it will hold 22,000 liters. And I think it's something the Deutz could easily haul. It was 17, but I had the extension on it, so that's why it's probably 20,000. But we can afford the 20,000. We'll go down to the store. We'll sell our small trailer first. And then we'll come back and we'll see what a load of wood chips actually we'll be getting for a load of wood chips. Like I said, it's going to be like 10% of what we're seeing that we're going to get, because I think the shipment yard is 10 times higher currently than what I'm going to get for them at Billy's. Such a miniature little trailer that we had. Yeah, we went from really quickly from pushing a pallet or a couple of pallets down here with the winch, reversing all the way down here with the winch on the back of it, pushing the pallets down to the sell point, to buying this trailer, to buying the other trailer. Let's see, I think the trigger is over here. Yes, it is. And can't even repair and repaint it. So we're just going ahead and... Ooh, I can't sell it? You can't sell it from the vehicle workshop. Alright, so I guess the only way to sell it would be to come in here. Let me just turn on the interactive zone markers first off. Because this should be like the vehicle workshop, right? And that is just a store down there where the items appear. Yeah, so I think the only way I'm going to be able to sell things is in this page right here. Yeah, so I'm going to lose a little bit of value what I can sell it for. Let me just double check here. I can go back, I can customize, I can repair, I cannot sell. Alright. Well, that does maybe change what I was going to do. I may get myself a workshop where I can sell from the workshop at the main farm when we get that far. I mean, I'm losing like $300 by not being able to sell direct, but that's okay at this point. I think Alien Jim's woodsheds, which I haven't used since No Man's Land, I think I should be able to sell from that workshop. So, I mean, it's, like I said, money's probably going to not be that big of a deal by the time I get that far. Deutz, that is looking like a big trailer. You're going to be able to haul the wood chips? I think you'd be able to. Luckily, we don't. Luckily, we don't have any hills or anything like that we're going to contend with. I was ready to say, I hope the trailer hitches up to the back of the Deutz. Yeah, the Deutz is in the front somewhere. But let's go get one load of wood chips. We'll bring it on down. So now that I bought the trailer for $20,000, now I need $160,000 to buy the rest of the map. That is our goal. And then, yeah, I can't wait to actually get ourselves the truck. Truck I have not used before. It will be a logging trailer that we've always used, but maybe, you know, I think I usually get the 12, maybe get the 15, or maybe even get the 20-meter long one. Who knows? I mean, the 20-meter long trailer would be good, just that the longer you get it, the more it is harder to turn, get around things, so, yeah. I think now we got some tree stumps gone, I probably should paint in a little bit of a path around here, because I'm going around here quite a bit. Bark mulch, wood chips. Let's get some wood chips. All right, Deutz, how do you do with 22,500 liters of wood chips? It does all right. I may not like it completely, but it does fine. And really, once I get going, not much of an issue. While we're taking a little journey down here, though, I must say you guys really knocked it out of the park with the comments, the likes, and I would say the majority of the people that did leave a comment are liking what we're doing here on Oceanside Forest. You know, going forestry to chicken farm. There were a few comments that, you know, they weren't negative. Just maybe I think there was a one saying, you know, why always do the restrictions. To me, this makes it more. It just makes it different for each map that I'm on. So it, you know, it just gives you a different challenge. And by mixing that up, I think that's what keeps the game interesting for myself. If I keep changing, if I keep it the same all the time, it's just gonna be like, okay, well, it's the same. You know, I can just go buy whatever I want, or I'll just borrow more money, or it doesn't really matter. By having the restrictions, like, oh, well, we can't do that, so it just adds a little bit more of a challenge to it for myself, and that's what I kind of like. And of course, not everyone's gonna like forestry either, so you know what? That's not too bad. I'll take $4,700 for a load of bark, or sorry, wood chips. That's not too bad. Let me go get a load of bark mulch to make sure that the trigger down here will take it. Although when I did test it, it did, but let me just double make sure on that. So a trip back to the farmyard, if we want to call it that, to get some bark mulch. And then I should probably test to make sure that the fuel point actually works. So I'm sure in between episodes, I'm going to get those trees into the mill. I'll try to accumulate enough to buy the rest of the map, which should not be too difficult. But by then, I'm pretty sure that lot will be cleared of some trees, probably all of them. And then we'll start making some purchases, hopefully of a truck and a logging trailer. And then we can really start getting things moving forward. Bark mulch should be sold here as well. Yeah, that money's not really skyrocketing on the bark mulch, but I will say this: Zottelzuck, the modder of the sawmill that we're using, has a lot of production buildings for each product that he kind of creates. So bark mulch is something I would say of his that you can definitely move on forward with other products. It's kind of like if you're around for the East of Vineland series, we had the fuel refinery where we were getting compost out of it. So, I mean, he does have a lot of, or I say he, they do have a lot of interesting mods and products that come out of those buildings, and you can move forward with other productions. And let's just make sure the fuel area works, which I'm sure it's going to. There it goes. All right, $35 worth of fuel is all I spent. So, yeah, how about that? We're up to $261,000 the first month. Come and gone, but the sawmill is definitely doing what I expected it to. You know, to go through the wood really, really fast. The bonus side is I did not remember how much storage I had in it, so needing to upgrade the sawmill, probably not going to need to do that, which is good, because that would cost like $140,000, I think, to upgrade it, somewhere around there. Shouldn't have to do that, so now we can save up. In next episode, we should be buying the rest of the map, and then we can really look into getting ourselves a logging trailer and buying ourselves a nice looking truck. Can't wait to use that. And yeah, and then of course just keep on doing what we're doing. But this lot is going to be probably cleared at the beginning of next episode, and all that will be processed into planks and all that kind of stuff. So can't wait to get to that. And then yeah, hopefully we can get it done before the rain hits. Although, you know, woodchucks don't quit when it rains, right? You just keep on cutting down some trees. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Oceanside Forest. But until then, have a good one. Yeah, here's some canola right here I did not take care of earlier.